Welcome to Akihabara. My name is Koiru. I will be your guide for today's bike taxi tour. I'd like to introduce the accreditation of Akihabara. So find food restaurants in this town. While you enjoy the real view around you, imagine on the table screen in front of you and we are with you. Before start the tour, let me share some rules of this tour. First, please stay at your seat for your safety. Second, you can take pictures during the tour. However, please don't take any pictures of passengers as well as girls in mind costume handing out flyers on the streets directed. Third, please refrain from posting pictures on SNS if you can see the face of passengers and girls clearly on them. At one place during the tour, you will get off the taxi and will wear a headset to enjoy 360-degree VR videos. Now let's start Akihabara tour. What image do you have of Akihabara? This town is well known to be an electric town or a mixture of sectors. However, Akihabara is also a gourmet town where a lot of fine food restaurants of wide variety are gathered. In 2000, Akihabara became a tourist city which gathered attention from all over the world as a maker of otaku culture of subculture. Famous of managers of comics, anime or animated film, and video games. At the same time, the town functioned as a center of IT interest and many businesses came in. As the number of visitors and workers in Akihabara really increased, the number of restaurants meeting at also increased in a short period. Actually, there was Kanda vegetable and fruit market, the biggest vegetable and fruit market in Japan. In front of present JR Akihabara Station from 1928 to 1989, fresh vegetables and fruits from throughout Japan were on the market for about 60 years. Some restaurants loved by the market workers from that time still keep their business going to make the variety of restaurants in this town richer and more interesting. This tour recommends 10 restaurants in Akihabara that carefully seconded by an Akihabara enthusiast. First, the taxi has 4 side streets lined with small shops near JR Akihabara Station. While running, let me tell you briefly how Akihabara has come to be called a maker of otaku or maker of subculture. Until 40 years ago, Akihabara was a leading town of home electric appliances in the world. Many electric appliance stores gathered and sold the latest models of television, refrigerator, air conditioner, and audio products, and many people came to the town to buy those products. Also, foreign people who came to Japan for sightseeing or business visit Akihabara to buy made-in-Japan brand of goods of high quality and expensive that made good souvenir today. Thus, Akihabara flourished more and more. However, for children these days, manga, video games do not mean subculture anymore but main culture, a part of their daily life. For them, Akihabara may be more spiritual place, called a mecca of otaku in the future. Now you will see the letters ATRE1, Archer 1 on the building just in front of you. It is a station building opened in 2012. This improved of the image of Akihabara Station. A lot of the female visitors feel comfortable. Events cropping with animation are often held here. Step on here and you will realize now you are in Akihabara. On the left hand side is the Akihabara Ryukyukan, the most well-known landmark in Akihabara with big yellow sign. If you took a look at the shops inside, you can tell what are now in Akihabara. This is the very birth of PC in Japan, where NEC sold the first microcomputer kit named TK-80 in 1976. Present Ryukyukan hosts many pop culture shops representing Akihabara. Look at your right side. Inside of the building is a parts market, the origin of Akihabara Electric Town. There is another place in the world where electric parts and diverse shops can treat like this. Everybody enjoys making things by hand. That contributes to the cultural development of Japan. You see a lot of duty-free store buildings around the station. In front of you is Chiyo or Central Street. This is the main street of Akihabara with the very image of a machine of otaku. Some visitors come to Akihabara to just take pictures of the street and get satisfied. Now coming into view in traveling direction is Bansebashi Bridge over Kanda River. Behind the bridge, can you see red brick arch construction? That is the elevated railway of JR Chiyo line. Once there was Bansebashi station here, being a terminal station where passengers changed trains or trams, the seat was always busy with many people. Now Bansebashi Station was reinvented as a shopping factory named Metro Culture and opened it in 2013. The old red brick arches and the stair extension of the factory were shops and cafes for centuries. Tasted around your temperature Look at in front of you. You can see only wide soft line. The elevated railway of the Soba Line was extended from Ryogoku to Ochanomizu in 1932. Its height is the same length with the three-story building, far higher than the Yamanote Line. Another elevated railway. People came all the way to have a look over them. There is a beautiful arch-shaped Hatagojo viaduct nearby. You can see that later. Now, Onore is on your left side. This is a duty-free store. Later you will enjoy visitor return expensive at this store. The taxi is going round the back street. In a short time, the first stop will be coming into view on your left side. Now let me introduce the first restaurant of Akihabara food lovers' recommendation. This is Torio Keisuke, a ramen noodle shop. Do you like ramen? Japanese ramen, first introduced from China, evolved in unique ways in Japan. Now ramen is loved and well known as one of representative cuisines in Japan by many people in the world. There are so many different tastes of ramen with different soup, such as salt, soy sauce, and miso base, as well as different think of noodles. Different ramen shops offer different ramen, and you will be attracted by the diverse and deep world of ramen. Among many ramen shops in Akihabara, this Torio Keisuke is very exclusive and offers the one and only ramen. The menu to boast about of this shop is full of ramen tips with roasted chicken leg. The appearance of the menu is full of impact, and so special so you both should be excited. The cream soup with rich chicken balls is so tasty. Other menus are also popular. For example, ramen with simple soy sauce based soup made of fish and chicken balls and tsukemen. Ramen noodle service separated with very rich sauce. Try any menu of this shop and you will never forget this unique ramen shop. Now, on your right side is the elevated railway of the Sob line. The reason why so many railways were elected was because Meiji government ordered as such in order to avoid boosting traveled by riding on the road ground. Next, let me introduce the so-called idol country in Akihabara. On the 7th floor of Passable Building with a red sign brought up and off your right, on the other side of the street, there you can see the performance of popular idol groups such as Kamanjoshi or Mask Girls. Speaking of idol group, the most famous one is in Akihabara is AKB48. For the past dozen years or so, Akihabara is the town where not only army but also idols are produced. So you will enjoy VR experiences at Onozen, where we passed by at Chio Street. Onoden is a duty-free store and electrician retail store. Onoden is not only in products aimed at visitors from foreign countries, but also from Japan. For example, Japanese tradition outlet is on the ground floor that introduces Japanese handwork of high quality. Other shops collect or display many Japanese traditions of high quality as well as wide representation at one site like Onoden. I suppose now you feel hungry. Here, please enjoy VR video of 3 restaurants you will pass by later. With VR headset, you can enjoy 360 degrees image as you move your head and eyes in different directions. Please enjoy experience the virtual visit to the restaurant. It will be spectacular. How was your VR experience and how did you like the three restaurants appeared in the VR video? I will give more detailed expensive of such restaurant when you pass by them later. The taxi is going toward the back street. Girls in custom often. The next Akihabara food lovers recommendation is Akatsuka. What is your recommendation of the appearance? It looks as if time stopped it here for decades, doesn't it? There is such a restaurant with a long history in Akihabara town. Akatsuka opened it in 1954 when Japanese people worked hard to rebuild the country after the Second World War. More than 60 years since then, Akatsuka has been loved by local people and watched the change of town. The wooden table and counter of the restaurant has warm atmosphere and reminds you of good old Japan. Popular menus include miso steaks, of chicken skin and liver, cuisine of fresh fish in season from Toyosu Fish Market. Don't you think it's the best choice to enjoy beautiful and sophisticated Japanese cuisine? Represent Japanese changing seasons with chic. Nowadays, the restaurant has more young ladies and foreign guests in addition to long-time regular guests and offer workers of the neighborhood. Please feel the history of Akihabara and Japanese culture at Akatsuka. There is Kodobukiya, one of the top figures and plus mold makers in Japan. Or Super Potato, a well-known retro video game shop in and out of Japan. There are many interesting shops on the back trees. The street in front of you is Kandamyojin Street. Can you see a building across the road with the cute pink ribbon and heart-shaped object? That is the mark of At Home Cafe, a well-known and popular mind cafe in Akihabara. Welcomed by Manson, you enjoy the extraordinary world, forgetting your ordinary life, quite similar of Japanese tradition, Ozashiki Asobi culture, in which you are entertained by Maku-san. The taxi takes Chuo Street, the main street in Akihabara, to get to the next restaurant. Softmark Akiba personal computer and the digital store on your left side has esports Studio Akiba on the 7th floor. Do you know esports? Esports is abbreviation of electric sports and a form of competition using computer games or video games. Esports is not so much familiar in Japan yet. However, its player population is more than 100 million in the world, and in some countries like USA, professional gamers are recorded to be professional sports players. On your left side is Jijun Store. Jijun is a gaming merchant brand Japanese PC market. mouse computer. PC market was like teenager a few years ago, but recently it is getting scarce again. One factor is having demand for PC with natural special meeting, telework, or remote work under the coronavirus pandemic. Jijun is a gaming machine hard Japanese PC mark mouse computer. PC market was lackluster a few years ago, but it is getting scarce again. One factor is very demand for PC with natural for telework or remote work under the quarantine. This shows strength into a production built on every Sunday. Many people enjoy walking on the car-free street. In autumn, the leaves of roadside ginkgo trees turn bright yellow and look very beautiful. By the way, one of the reasons why ginkgo is often chosen as research tree is because it is strong against fire, as its trunks and leaves keep a lot of water. Those roadside ginkgo trees block strong sun of summer season, and both curl the leaves and improve the environment and moreover protect from fire. Now let me introduce another Akihabara food lovers recommendation. The third one is Akihabara Nagomido, a cafe located on the basement floor of the building on the opposite corner. It operated in the VR video. Are you on Instagram? Instagram is a free one online photo sharing application and free network platform used by 1 million people all over the world. This Akihabara Nagomido is Instagram cafe and being talked about a lot. The concept of the cafe is dated of Taisho area from 1912 to 1926, when Japanese culture was introduced into Japanese lifestyle. Old books and get a nice space with nice taste, and anyone can't help taking pictures. Let me introduce next Akihabara food lovers recommendation. The fourth restaurant is Gyusha. It is on your right hand side, the opposite side of the road. If you ask the Japanese people which food do you like most, a crispy always among the top is hamburger. Hamburger originally came from overseas and evolved in use in Japan, just like ramen noodle. Today, hamburger is a popular food and loved by people of a wide age group. Hamburger in Japan is so soft that many foreign guests oh and how just after having a bite. Popular good hamburger restaurant in Akihabara is the Gyusha. Hamburger made of 100% beef, including famous Wagyu, is very juicy and has a direct and soft feel in the mouth. Take one bite, and the meat flavor spreads through your mouth. Please make a choice among 5 different sauces, such as pesto or garlic. Another popular menu here is clear and rice topped with a popular hamburger. Clear is so serious and has plenty of beef, meat, and juicy squid in red wine, and it talked about it. Whether or not the restaurant offers a big side hamburger as heavy as 1 kilogram. Let me introduce next Akihabara good level recommendation. The fifth restaurant is Bengalu. The previous restaurant Gyuja has a clear menu, and Bengalu is a clear special restaurant. Clear also came from overseas and evolved in unique ways in Japan, just like ramen noodle and hamburger. It is common in Japan to have clear with rice, and Korean rice is a regular menu of school lunch in elementary and future high school, and many Japanese people love it since their childhood. Among many clear spirited restaurants in Akihabara, almost the longest history. It opened in 1973. Since then, it has been loved by people in Akihabara for almost 50 years. All curry menus are cooked here with special curry powder made by making special and herb. Restaurant It is fridge sour and has covered soft and bitter. You will never get tired of eating this curry. After enjoying special curry and rice, sweet cool doses will single around with it. Hit the spot. Let's move on to next Akihabara food lovers recommendation. The sixth shop I introduce is a Mind Cafe named Honey operated in VR video. Mind Cafe represents the country in Akihabara, a mecca of otaku. Mind Cafe has enjoyed a high popularity among not only Japanese but also foreign people since its in 2001 as representation tour counted in Akihabara. Honey is a very popular Mind Cafe with men and women. Even beginners who never been to any Mind Cafe would enter easy. Actually, there are different kinds of Mind Cafe of different concepts and services. Honey's good point is its friendly minds who welcome guests with hospitality and dress-made foods. Let's move on to next shop of Akihabara food lovers recommendation. The seventh shop I introduce is Testo Izakaya, Little TGV, located on the fourth floor of the building on the left-hand side of you. This shop also operated in VR video. It's said that there are about 2 million trains in Japan. Train system in Japan is very advanced and evolved in unique ways, and trains are always operated very punctual. Little TGV is a very unique tunnel with the concept of Japanese railway. One step inside and you will see rail train sets are reused, and large railway diagrams is displayed. It's just like a railway or theme park. Menus are also unique. Everything has something to do with railway or train, such as drink of the colors are Shinkansen, bullet train. Or decided steak will remain red hot cloth, and lunch train your part as well as ice. Trains as well as who aren't so knowledgeable about railway. Both children and adults will have happy time in Testo Izakaya. Once you visit Little TGV, you may be told by fashioned by the world of railway. Let me introduce next Akihabara food lovers' recommendation. The 8th restaurant is Pizzeria and Bar Noga. With its being inaugurated this year, hotels aiming to transit have been built one after another. Noga Hotel on the left-hand side is also new hotel, built in 2020. A restaurant on the ground floor of the hotel is Pizzeria and Bar Noga. This private restaurant consists of a restaurant area and career bar area, and its high-class atmosphere makes this place to be a chic spot of social impression. Pizzeria and Bar Noga proudly offers a Spanish Italia of fine taste cooked with carefully skilled ingredients. Their special American pizza, of larger size than your face, smells so nice and tasty, baked in wood-burning pizza oven from Naples in Italy. If you like, you can reserve the restaurant for big parties such as wedding after party, as well as farewell or welcome party. The party guests should be so surprised and impressed by the restaurant, as they never expected such a stay in Akihabara. The back street is always busy with deep otaku and enjoyers coming and going, and lined with professional specialty shops which can meet their demands. On the weekends, books of parts and devices are placed in front of each shop, and streets are crowded by people finding brush. Next, I introduce in the nice shop of Akihabara food lovers' recommendation, Kanda Tamagoke, a shop with yellow sign. Located in the dip of a narrow always on your right side. Representative menu in many restaurants in Japan is omelette rice. Ketchup-flavored kitchen fried rice are wrapped with thin omelette or topped with omelette. Delicately cooked and cut open on the rice, it's very popular from adults to children. The unique one with half-cooked omelets is common in Japan, maybe because fresh eggs are always available. You are both to feel happy when you put a portion into chicken fried rice topped with very soft and creamy omelets. You can choose the sauce to pour on your omelette rice. Experts popular sauces are light taste tomato sauce cooked with white wine and rich lemon sauce made from beef shaved with red wine. Actually, homemade vegetable plates is talked about a lot by guests. The taxi has for the final stop with Chiyo Street. After coming back to Chiyo Street, the taxi passed by Don Quixote, a large discount chain store. On the east floor of this Don Quixote building is AKB48 serial. AKB48, a female band and national icon, was born in Akihabara and owns the theater to perform. AKB stands for Akihabara. Performances are still often held on the stage and keep attracting many fans from throughout Japan as a symbolic seat of idol country in Akihabara. Why don't you visit the stage to enjoy the members' stage and try to meet idols? The Don Quixote is located up and on your left side. Now, I remember another event that I come to actually see. It is Kandashia Festival. Have you ever visited Kandashia before? Kandashia is a Shinto shrine with long history, as long as 1,300 years, and representative Shinto shrine in Tokyo, located in just 10 minutes walking distance from JR Akihabara Station. There is Gundam Cafe in the area called Crossfield, located in the traveling direction. Do you know the animation Mobile Suit Gundam? The first next factory of Akihabara is the chic-based Akioka Manchester. This is a confirmation factory opened in 2019, which always treats you well, new, diverse, and great basic. Right side in the Hitachibo Pro in Tokyo District, whiskey and gin bar. You can enjoy whiskey and whiskey cafe beer made of their own wort. The first also include the second base, a camera shop sells many borrowed cameras and interchangeable licenses. Tokyo Video Games, a cafe and bar, looks like retro game arcade where you can enjoy playing games and auto. Then please look at the right hand side. There is Akihabara branch of Taiko Laba, a Taiko or Japanese dual school of the largest skill in the world. By the way, Akihabara also has an art center. 333 March Chiyoda. From here, it is located in front right areas. Finally, I will introduce next Akihabara food lovers recommendation, the 10th shop. It is the food season. Do you remember that I told you at the beginning of the tour that there was the largest vegetable and fruit market, counter vegetable and fruit market, from 1928 to 1989 in Akihabara? At that time, fresh vegetables and fruits gathered to Akihabara from throughout Japan. The shop where the atmosphere of the bazaar market still means of fruit season. When the market was to move, a family around the whole days of business opened the shop, wishing to keep the place where people can eat a lot of tasty fruits. Fruit season special is very local for fruit parfait. Only fruit specialists would be able to make this period. With more than 10 different kinds of fresh fruits of the season, carefully arranged directly. Females and children as well as males about to excite in front of this attractive parfait. Another popular menu is sandwich made and homemade, cross baked in the shop every morning. Set menu consist of the cross sandwich, small piece of fruit cut up, drink, and a small-sided parfait is healthy and nutritious. Located a little bit side of the center of Akihabara, fruit season is something like located of the town. Please come to the located in Akihabara to fresh your body and spirit tide in the hectic city. Now I will finish introducing 10 nice restaurants of Akihabara food lovers recommendation. Are there any shops you are interested in or you'd like to try? Then I will tell you the origin of the name of Akihabara. Tokyo Federation had risen since Edo period. Nothing had changed even in Meiji period, and there was a terrible fire in 1869. After the fire, the place around here was arranged to be a firework. In the space, a Shinto shrine was built, and 3 who private fires were invented from the improved place and unshared. However, people misunderstood that Akihabara Dai Golden, a famous deity who are private fires, was unshared. So people called the shell Akiba Salmon and this area Akiba Golden no Harappa or Akibabara. meaning the field of Akihabara Shire. Hara in Japanese means field or open space. They say this is the origin of the name Akihabara. The front left side of view is Yodobashi Camera, Martin mentioned Akihabara. Yodobashi Camera is a major Japanese retail chain specializing in PCS cameras and photographic equipment, and this is the second largest store in Japan after Umeda store in Osaka. My tour guide friends often say this building has a black hole because some of their guests have disappeared in the building and never come back again. The guests who thought could come back otherwise would say they don't understand why they were late for the meeting time. Now there is an entrance to the Tsukuba Line Express Akihabara station on your right side. Tsukuba Express went into operation in 2005, linking between IT Town Akihabara and the Tsukuba Science Center in 45 minutes. Right far side, can you see the sign with at Akiba? That is a paid toilet named Osashi Akiba. Oashi Akiba was opened in 2006 and it offers us clean and comfortable restrooms, as well as a total information center and a smoking bar. There are so many good restaurants I'd like to introduce to you. As good foods in Akihabara are very rich, I shall be happy if I could have conversations of the town of Otaku that you didn't know. When you visit Akihabara for sighting, please enjoy food and restaurants. After the tour, wait a period if you take a few minutes to fill out a questionnaire before leaving. Thank you very much for joining Akihabara Hybrid Experience Tour.